Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, and today we are decorating and filling up a pocket flipbook. Now, you may have seen that I uploaded not one but two videos tonight, because this video that I made, this tutorial that I did, it has basically two parts, and one of the parts was making like a tutorial for the actual pocket flipbook, and the second part is filling it up and decorating it, which is this video. So if you haven't yet seen the first part, I will link it down below and I suggest you go watch that first. Now, I also, I'm going over to the decorating and everything very soon, but in this video, all the way at the beginning, I also filmed the mail my pen pal Jenny sent me, because we will be replying to that mail. Because when I started this channel, I would always do that. I would show you the incoming mail that I would be replying to, and then I would show you how I made my reply. And I thought I would bring that back for once. So this video, I'm going to cut it and I'm going to move things around, so the order may not seem very logical, but I'm first going to show you my pen pal's mail to me, and then we're going to decorate this folder. I hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'm also adding a little bit of a challenge for you guys later on in this video. So what she made for me is this cute, wait, let me just take out the goodies so you can see it in full, is this adorable folder. I got really inspired by this, and it's an adorable folder which she decorated so nicely. I really love this paper as well. Like, the inside has palm trees, but the outside has these gorgeous lines which matches this theme perfectly. And then she decorated it with different washi type strips and some vintage ephemera and some really fun paper, and as also this label maker sticker label that says "To Vivian." So that I thought was really fun. Such a fun and great way to send flat mail to a pen pal or to a friend, but making it a little bit extra special as well. And then I'll also show you all of the goodies. I cannot promise that everything is still in here because I also used some of it. But first of all, she made this cute little pocket. I also made one of these in, I think, the fall themed mail I did for Anne. Cute little pocket, and then inside are some cute items. We have these nail themed stickers. I absolutely love them. All these some sort of washi type stickers. She sent me this music note die cut, and then she sent me a wax seal with a stamp and a dry flower in it, which is really cool. Then we've got this these label stickers, which I love. We've got this little pocket with a tag in it. I really like that. This would be perfect for like a mail tag. And then we have a bunch of little items such as another label, some tags. These are all different tags, because she knows I love tags. These are from Flow, and the Flow for paper lovers, I immediately recognize that. A cute little, I think, a bumblebee die cut, some fruity stickers, this frame, which would be perfect for turning into a shaker or just to decorate a flipbook, or an envelope. You can put like the address in there, some pretty paper, some ephemera, more pretty paper, and these, I don't know what these are. They look like pages from a little journal or something. We've got different journaling cards, really fun. These will be really fun for either envelopes, again, or decorating, making like a little collage. Then all of these adorable pastel colored stickers, I'm not going to take them out, but they're all like stationery themed. More pretty paper. And then this, because I love graph paper, I love different types of writing paper. I don't know why, I just have a thing for that, so she sent me some of that as well, which I thought was so fun. Okay, and then there was a lot more information that I decided to cut out. I will try and talk you through everything I did, but first, tea. I picked out this one. It's a pomegranate white tea that I got from Jocelyn. That I got from her in a PO box mail. I absolutely loved this tea. The only sad thing is that it's individually wrapped in plastic. Why do companies do that? It always makes me feel really guilty. But yeah, what I'm doing in the background is do you see that wreath? Oh, I love it so much. It's actually one of my favorite dies. So what I'm doing is I'm basically, long story short, I'm cutting out a whole bunch of different die cuts. I just picked up a ton of scrap papers, and sometimes when I do a project I will only cut out the shape I need, but this time I decided to just like fill up the paper, really get as much out of the paper as possible, because I'm getting so tired of having like boxes filled with scrap paper. So in the end I was die cutting for like an hour or something, and then I ended up with this whole box, and like it's actually the lid of a box, but okay, it doesn't matter. This whole lid of a box filled with flower die cuts and butterflies and leaves, and I end up using some of them for the project, and I also use a lot to send to my pen pal as gifts. And then, you know, I'm still left with a nice stash of die cut flowers. So we've got that wreath, and I'm basically making a floral wreath by putting dozens of different colors of flowers and stuff on top of each other. And I have to admit that this is actually the way I like making meal most, because lately I bought 2 collections, like the pink paisley whimsical one and then also the one from Cartabella. What's it called? I think Spring Market or Flower Market, I don't know. And then I'm working with all products from the same line, the stickers, the papers, everything. And now this was how I started, you know, by just mixing and matching all different kinds of things. And that's also so much fun because, okay, I don't exactly know what I want to say. I'm like recording this voiceover and then re-recording it, but basically I think if you're a crafter you will know that the satisfaction of finding a piece of paper or a sticker or a color or something that matches your project exactly. And that's what I had here as well. I had all of these paper scraps that didn't perfectly match my project, but they look really good. And in the end, I think I quite like the end result. So while you're watching me make this floral wreath, don't worry, the rest of this video is going to be like the actual happy meal. I know I'm doing a lot of floral wreaths and stuff like that lately, but it's just, I'm a flower girl, okay? But I wanted to tell you in the meantime about this challenge. I don't know, it's not really a challenge, but it's kind of like a project I thought we could do together. As you can see, I didn't show you all of the floral wreath, but now I'm just adding some Nuvo Drops to the finished result, which I really like. And again, I will link the products used down below so you can find them as well. But I thought we could do like some sort of a project together. Actually, those of you who are on Instagram, because I don't really know what other platforms would be easy to use, but I use Instagram, and I know many crafty ladies use Instagram as well. So for now, I will share or do this project on Instagram, I guess. But if there's a better platform, let me know. I have to admit I don't really use Facebook anymore, but maybe there's something I don't know about. But okay, I'm rambling, and long story short is that I thought it would be really fun if you guys would show me what you create, because a lot of times I will get tagged in pictures on Instagram, and I love seeing that. I love seeing pictures of things you created inspired by a video I did, but I also love seeing that you guys are crafting along with my videos. Like, people are crafting and then there's a video of me in the background, which is really cool and so humbling. I cannot believe, I don't know, it makes me really happy, let's just say that. And I thought we could kind of make a hashtag for that, if that makes sense, because you can do on Instagram, you can use hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog. I don't really use that hashtag, like I never tag my photos with that, but I thought we could use that hashtag to, I don't know, so you can share and I can find pictures of you creating something that is either inspired by one of my videos or that you made while crafting along. Because sometimes people let me know in the comments that they are crafting along to a video and it's like listening to a friend or something, and I really like that, and I thought it would be kind of cool if I could see what you make. And I want to clarify that, oh yeah, this is something that was happening underneath my table. Cats and boxes, don't ask me. But please don't feel intimidated by this challenge. Only share if you like to share, and don't worry about what it looks like. And please don't tell me that something is not good enough, because everything you make is good enough, okay? It's about having fun, it's about getting creative, it's about relaxing. I don't know, I use crafting definitely as a coping mechanism, because when I'm anxious, crafting works. So don't worry about expectations or anything like that, just have fun. And what I'm making in the background is also kind of important, because I am so happy with this. I used one of those paint chip cards from a Home Depot store. It's basically a color sample, and I stamped on top of that with like tea stamps. the "You're terrific" like little stamps that I made, that I have, I mean, and then I stamped on top of that, and then I also used that eco-friendly glitter on the heart and on the tea bag, and it looks really, really adorable, and I'm so happy with how that turned out. And then on the back of that is the instructions for the tea I sent my pen pal, because I sent her some really special jasmine tea, and I just wanted to tell her like how long to steep it and how hot, what temperature, and stuff like that. And then that's a little card I got from one of those, yeah, by the way, hello face, I keep getting into frame, like, that's my crafty look, like glasses on and my hair back, but that's a little card I got in one of those action books with like wrapping paper and stickers and cards, and I turned it into a meal tag card, basically. So on one side I will write down my questions to my pen pal, and then on the other side I'm putting my meal tag answers. And I didn't finish that yet because the questions she asked were really, really fun, but my answers were kind of personal, and I wanted to do that off camera instead of on camera. So on the left we have my answers, which I filled out in the end. Now I'm trying to figure out where to put it, and then at first I wanted to put it in one of those pockets. Again, if you didn't see the tutorial, I really suggest you go watch that so you know how I made this. But then in the end I'm going to actually sew it onto my project, which I also thought was kind of cool. I don't know where I went. Oh, I'm probably looking for my needle now. Needle? No, I'm looking for glue. I don't know, I'm just decorating this with some more little dots and butterflies, and those dots those paper punched dots are actually from either my paper punch, you know, like a hole puncher, or they're just leftover dots that were, for example, in the middle of a flower. So normally you would throw them away, but I did not throw them away, and look how cute that turned out. I actually think that looks really cute. It looks like the butterfly is flying. Oh yeah, if you were confused about the third hand, that was my boyfriend who brought me a cup of coffee. I mean service, but it confused me for a second because I saw my own two hands and then I saw a third hand. And now I'm going to sew the card into the middle of the pocket flip book. Wow, I'm tripping over my words. So what I did is I first punched 2 holes, and then I'm just going to put thread through it, and it's not that interesting. Oh, I'm making myself tired, but I want to say all of the things I have to say about this project, and then I also wanted to ask you guys to share your pictures on Instagram with the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog, because I thought that would be kind of cool, and we could all kind of meet each other on Instagram. If you don't yet have Instagram, I really suggest getting a crafty Instagram page, because it's where I get like 90% of all of my inspiration. There are so many incredible people on Instagram. It's really, really fun. Yeah, and this is actually one of the most annoying things ever, trying to tie a knot into the thread while making it tight enough so that the card isn't like hanging loose in there. It's annoying, and you need a third hand. You definitely do. And I wanted to put the tea information card on my project in like an interactive way, so she could take it out and turn it around. So what I did is I glued some of those die cuts onto the paper, and then one of them I only glued half, so it turns into some kind of like a tuck spot. Am I saying that correctly? Like half of a pocket nearly. And then the ultimate test, did my letter fit in there? Yes, it did. That's my box of gift bags. Yes, it's getting out of control. Gift bags are a bit of a hobby of mine, and I also get sent a ton. So now I'm just looking for cute gift bags to put the tea in and to put the goodies in. And then I realized after like filming for half an hour that my camera cut me off, and I did not realize. So I'm just showing you what I did. This is of course the string that I used to put the mail tag thingy in. And this is the finished result. And then the pocket, the tuck spot thingy, and then the goodies that I made, like the green tea. We have, those are some sticky notes actually, but they're really, really pretty. So I thought I actually bought them to use as address labels. So I thought I would send her some as well. And that die is actually, it looks a little bit like a dog bone, but it's a tag you would use for sending like twine or thread samples, and I just use it for a washi tape sample. And then I realized that I put it on upside down. Yay! And now I'm going to, that white paper, it's not kitchen paper, it's not like baking parchment, it's actually tracing paper, which you would find in the sewing section of a store. It's very cheap and it looks exactly like vellum. It's a little bit difficult or different to use than vellum, but yeah, I don't know, it's very cheap and I really recommend you get some. So I turned that into an envelope with my envelope punch board. So now we have like kind of a see-through envelope. And I wanted to fill that up with goodies again, and mainly paper punches. Can everybody stop making noise? It's a public holiday today, so yeah. I filled that up with paper punches, and I'm just trying to figure out how to put that on the page with the tag as well. And I filled it up way too much. Like, my whole goal for this mail was to make it kind of flat, and then this envelope kind of ruins that. But hey, it's fun to share goodies. So yeah, as you can see, I shared a whole lot of my stash that I just made. But I know my pen pal doesn't have a die cutting machine, so I'm just going to share a lot of like basic shapes, mainly basic shapes, so then she can use them to make something for herself. There's the third hand again. That's my boyfriend interrupting my crafty time to ask me about, what did he ask me about? I don't remember. I think we had to buy something for the house, and he asked for my opinion. I'm pretty sure it was like those things you would cover windows up with so that flies don't get inside the house and news doesn't go outside the window. But yeah, this is just him interrupting my much needed craft time to ask for my opinion. I always hate making decisions. I don't know if I'm the only one, but when he says, which trash can do you think we should buy? Option A, option B, option C, or possibly option D. And then I'm like, I don't care about trash cans. I hate making decisions. Please pick. I'm terrible. And that's kind of bad because we just bought the house and then so many decisions have to be made. And then, yay, end result, finished result. This is the front, obviously, my floral wreath with the Happy Meal word die in it. And then in the pocket is my letter. And then in the envelope are a ton of, my boyfriend is making noise, excuse me, a ton of goodies, my mail tag, and the tea. Excuse you! Very distracting. Okay, basically a ton of goodies. In the pocket I also put some more goodies with these pape sticks, dog stickers because I know she likes dogs, and I don't know, I just really loved how this turned out. This was still flat mail. Obviously I did make it a little bit more bulky than I intended, but it's still like mailbox mail, so that's good. It was kind of light, although I stuffed it with goodies, so I thought this would be a perfect tutorial for my channel, so you guys can use it for inspiration for sending some pen pal mail. I really hope you liked this. If it did somehow inspire you, I already said this 3 times, post it on Instagram, use the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog. I would love to see you making this project or any other project, or just crafting along. And don't forget to leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I will see you very soon. Okay, bye bye.